What's up guys, I wanted to show you the hardware for the new Samsung flagship device, the Galaxy S4. That's this one on the right here. And I wanted to compare it to the previous model, the Galaxy S3. That's this one on the left right here. Yes, I do have a cracked screen. We'll move on from that. And here we go. So we'll start off with the look and feel. And Samsung hasn't changed their design philosophy for the Galaxy S4. It's still very similar, but they have made some subtle changes that do make quite a big difference. Now, straight away, you should be able to notice that the Galaxy S4 definitely has a squarer shape. It's taken a leaf from the Galaxy Note 2. It definitely has squarer edges and sharper edges. You can see that here compared to the curved edges of the Galaxy S3. And if I just hold these up to the camera, that should be a little bit more evident. The Galaxy S3 over here has circular, rounder edges. The Galaxy S4 over here definitely has squarer, sharper edges, and I do prefer the squarer, sharper look. It feels better in my hand. I don't know quite what that is, but it definitely feels a lot more solid and just feels better in my hand than the circular Galaxy S3 does. Now, in terms of the rest of the device, they really haven't changed too much. It's still got the physical home key. It's still got the capacitive touch buttons over here. You can see both have those. It still has the volume rockers on the left, power button on the right. I really do prefer that makeup. And speaker grill at the top as well. If we turn the device around, you can see the camera is in the same location. The flash is a little bit different, and the speaker on the S3 is over here. On the S4, it's at the bottom over here. And you've still got your connectors at the bottom, just like normal. Now, they have actually made another change, which I really like, and that's to do with the screen. We know the Galaxy S4 has a larger screen, but they've managed to pack it into pretty much the same size Galaxy S3 frame. And they did this by kind of removing some of the bezel. You can see here the Galaxy S3 has this kind of thick bezel. The Galaxy S4 definitely doesn't have that. It's a lot smaller, the bezel, and it feels like an edge-to-edge display, which is absolutely fantastic, I've got to say. You just get more screen out of it, and it feels like you're just looking at a screen rather than seeing these bezels. So there you have it. If we look at the bottom of the device as well, this will be a little bit more evident. You can see the big bezel here compared to the smaller bezel of the Galaxy S4. So they've definitely done a good job there, and I definitely prefer the design of the Galaxy S4. So let's move on to the technical specs for the hardware, and we'll just move on to the thickness and weight. The Galaxy S4 comes in at 7.9 millimeters thick and a weight of 130 grams. Now, to compare the Galaxy S3, it comes in at 8.6 millimeters thick and 133 grams. So the Galaxy S4 is thinner and lighter. If I put these together, you can see the thickness right there. It's not a major difference. You know, it's not like ridiculous, but you can see the Galaxy S3 on the bottom is a little bit fatter due to this kind of curve that it has here that the Galaxy S4 doesn't seem to have. Now, in terms of weight in the hand, you're really not going to notice 3 grams. It's 133 for the Galaxy S3 and 130 for the Galaxy S4. Nonetheless, they've given you a lot of upgrade here, and they've still made it thinner and lighter than the Galaxy S3. So well done, Samsung. We'll move over to the screen. The Galaxy S4 comes with quite a good upgrade for the screen. You've got your Super HD AMOLED display here, 1080p, 5 inches, 441 ppi compared to the Galaxy S3's 4.8-inch display, 720p and 306 ppi. There's no doubt about it. The Galaxy S4 screen, is just hands down better. It's sharper. It's got more vivid colors, and it's just bigger. So there's no doubt that the Galaxy S4 screen is better. It also has Gorilla Glass 3 instead of Gorilla Glass 2. And they both come with an SD card, or an SD card slot, I should say, so you can upgrade up to 64 gigabytes. In terms of cameras, the Galaxy S4 has a 13 megapixel back camera compared to the 8 megapixel of the Galaxy S3. And it has a 2 megapixel front-facing camera compared to the 1.9 megapixel of the Galaxy S3. So again, you're seeing an upgrade in every department, just as you'd expect from its flagship device. You know, it would be pretty stupid if they didn't upgrade pretty much every aspect. Under the hood, and this is where again it gets a little bit more interesting, the Galaxy S4 has a quad-core Snapdragon 600 at 1.9 gigahertz. The Galaxy S3 over here has a 1.4 Exynos 4412 CPU. Both are pretty strong. There's no doubt the Galaxy S4 has a very strong CPU and GPU with the Snapdragon 600. It's probably the best you can get right now, bar its kind of brother, which is the other variant of the Galaxy S4 that has the Exynos octa-core CPU. It has slightly better benchmarks, but we won't talk about that one in this video. In terms of battery, the Galaxy S4 has a 2,600 milliamp hour battery. Galaxy S3 has a 2,100 milliamp hour battery. You are going to get better battery life out of the Galaxy S4, even though it has a bigger and higher resolution screen. Battery life is very impressive. If we take off the back key, you can see both devices. Whoops, let me try and get this out. Both devices do actually have a removable back panel, so you can remove the battery, and you can see the SD card slot here and the SIM card slot as well. So yeah, I'm quite impressed with what Samsung has actually done in terms of hardware. You know, they've given you an upgrade in pretty much every department. They've given you a bigger screen, a higher resolution screen, Gorilla Glass 3, a better processor, you know, all that cool stuff. They've still made it thinner and lighter. So in terms of a pure hardware standpoint, the Galaxy S4 is definitely the winner. It beats out its Galaxy S3. You do have to give it to Samsung. They have made a good device here in terms of its hardware. We'll be checking out performance and all that other stuff in another video. So yeah, peace out.